In this July 13th episode of 3 Etobicoke, we're going to go through a freehold townhouse on the Queensway listed at $1,085,000, taking offers anytime, that will one day be centered in the heart of the future downtown Etobicoke. A large 4-bedroom 2-story in Mimico that just dropped their price to $1.45 million, taking offers anytime, that while on a through road is also perfectly centered to all the convenient locations of Mimico. And an unassuming bungalow with a pool in a very deep ravine lot that backs onto Echo Valley Park near Islington City Centre, that is your own cottage getaway in the city, listed at $2.29 million with an offer date. If this is your first time watching, my name is Jonathan Lee and I'm an Etobicoke real estate specialist. 3 Etobicoke is a video series that I run weekly where I analyze 3 different Etobicoke properties at 3 different price points. If you're interested in learning more about any of these properties, or you would like to chat about real estate, you can schedule a call with me through Calendly at your convenience by clicking on the link below in the description. Now, before I jump into the first home, I want to make a call out. Interest rates just rose by another 25 basis points or 0.25%, and mortgage prime rates are now above 7% for the first time in over 20 years in Canada. This situation has added more gasoline to anyone that is on a fire of a variable rate mortgage. This rate hike will put further drag on the summer market, which is already a very slow time of year due to seasonality. It's generally a time of year when you don't have as much selection as a buyer, but there will be significantly less competition, so you will have a bit of leverage. Following this rate hike announcement, the next announcement will be September 6th, and I imagine we'll get more clarity with what direction the Bank of Canada chooses to take the fall market in August once the July inflation rate is announced. But expect a slow rest of summer market. I'll be posting a short on what this rate hike might mean, so if you follow me on YouTube or Instagram, be sure to check it out in the upcoming days. Now let's get into these homes. At the low end, we have 949 the Queensway. It's listed by Remax Specialist Majeski Group, currently listed at $1,085,000 and has been on the market since about mid-May. It was first offered at $1 million with an offer date, then relisted at $1.2 million, and they've been available at $1,085,000 here, as you can see, for about 2 weeks. For anyone that's never been in an offer date situation, it's when the property is listed low and is hoping to get competition between the offers. In most cases, the list price is less than what the sellers are looking for. In cases where the property doesn't sell on their offer date, it doesn't mean they didn't get any offers, just no offers that they were willing to take. And when they relisted at $1.2 million, that was their tell for what they really wanted or were hoping to get, and now being listed at about $1,085,000. It's possible that that's either at the recommendation of their real estate agent, where their real estate agent kind of believes that the market is at, or it's their expectations meeting reality, where the current market is lower than what they were hoping for. You know, and I'd say that's the case for a lot of properties right now. With the last rate hike, things are looking a little bit grim, at least for the summer, but that doesn't mean they'll stay like that for the rest of the year. As I've said in a bunch of videos, there aren't many active buyers in the summer due to seasonality, due to people checking out, going on vacation, going on trips, just focusing on enjoying their time over the summer. But it seems like this summer there does seem to be more motivated sellers. So if you are a potential buyer that was planning on potentially getting back into the market in the fall or so, it may benefit you to shop when there is no one shopping. So this freehold townhome was built in 2006 and is over 2,000 square feet. It's actually quite spacious. It's got the same modern features that many buyers look for with newer homes: the ensuite bath, the walk-in closet, the upper level laundry. But being about 17 years old, you know, some of the colors might feel a little bit tired and be ready for a facelift. Most of the newer townhomes in Etobicoke, you'll be paying some form of maintenance fee or partial of tied land fee, you know, usually $200 to $300 a month. And a lot of that is to clear out private roads. You know, they have to hire a snowplow to clear the roads and the visitor sections. With 949 the Queensway, that won't be the case. So you're not paying any monthly maintenance fees. So that's more money that you can put in your pocket or put towards your mortgage. However, this green space right here, you'll have to manage that yourself. So let's go through the pictures. Here we are at the front. This is likely not the way that you would be going through, but if someone were to take the bus down Islington and meet you at the home, they'd probably knock on your door here. Inside, that's the front door. You have your living room space here. It looks like it's sunken down. And you have your open concept kitchen and dining room. To the rear, you also have a terrace. There's your kitchen. Upstairs, you have your family room space, pretty spacious room, as you can kind of tell from this large sectional couch. But the townhome is a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home. But, you know, I'm pretty sure you could easily convert this into a 4-bedroom. You just build a divider wall right here. This is enough space. You could definitely put a closet as well. So a lot of potential, I think. You know, here you are on the 2nd floor bathroom. You have your laundry here as well. And this one would be the 1st bedroom on the 2nd floor. Actually, the only bedroom on the 2nd floor. So you go back out the hallway, you go upstairs to the 3rd level, and this is one of the bedrooms on the 3rd level, the bathroom for that bedroom. And then this is the primary bedroom here with the ensuite bathroom and the walk-in closet. And then down into the basement, you have a pretty large space here that could be used as a potential 4th or a 5th bedroom if you were to convert that, you know, 2nd floor family room into a bedroom. This space could also work obviously as like a storage or a play area or however you want to make use of it. And as you can kind of see this door right here, this would be the entrance through the garage. So this is likely the main entrance that you would be using here if you were to live in the home. The garage space where, of course, you could use it as storage or to park one of your cars. And this is the terrace off the back of the kitchen and dining. Pretty spacious, can definitely barbecue off the back of it. And down here, you have your driveway space and another door that you could enter through the back if you were to just park here and kind of enter that way, rather than having to always go through the garage. And that's the property. As you can see on Google Maps, the property is on a sort of busy section of the Queensway here. It's pretty much right at the intersection of the Queensway and Islington. And this section of the Queensway is seeing a lot of development. There's condos being built directly to the west here, right at the corner of the Cineplex here. It's being built by RioCan, and right here directly to the east of it as well. And in the future, a lot of these smaller shops will eventually be rebuilt into condos as well, with a commercial section on the bottom. So you probably will, if you were to purchase this home, have to live through construction over the next 5, maybe 10, potentially maybe even 15 years, which in my opinion is probably why the property is having trouble selling, having trouble turning. Most people don't love the prospect of having to live through long-term construction, understandably. And even though it's directly right off the highway here, very easy, quick, easy access. You know, it's very walkable to a lot of these restaurants that exist currently. Likely there will continue to be a number of restaurants along the Queensway. You know, you got bars here, the Galway Arms, you got grocery here at Costco, and this really great no frills right here. Obviously, you got the movie theater just steps from your house. And best of all, if you ever urgently need either perfume or fireworks, you have access to this staple of Etobicoke, the perfume warehouse here. This business has existed for as far back as I can remember, probably like 25 years or so in Etobicoke, and they've always sold perfume and fireworks. And I joke about this, but I just thought it was such a quirky thing to build your business around. The proprietor of this business probably had a dream, and they love both fireworks and smelling good. So the elementary school in this catchment is Castlebar Junior School, and it also feeds into Norseman Junior Middle School for grades 6 to 8. But as I said, I feel like at $1,085,000, I think it's really good value. And in all seriousness, if you were to take this same home and drop it into another section of South Etobicoke, you know, for example, right here on Evans, or further west on further east, I should say, on Manitoba, the property would likely be another, you know, $150,000, maybe $200,000 more, and you would also have to pay a maintenance fee, and it would probably also be a little bit smaller. You know, is being on the main road right here, right in the action of what will eventually turn into, you know, central downtown Etobicoke, worth 20% less. You know, usually there is like a 10% differential for being on a main road, so think at $1,085,000, it's good value in a convenient area that will eventually appreciate given enough time to move past all that construction. However, in the interim, you will unfortunately have to deal with it for some years to come. So that's 949 the Queensway. At the mid end, I have 100 Judson Street. It's listed at $1.45 million by Royal LePage Your Community Realty. This is a 4-bed, 4-bathroom, 2-story home built in 1984. And interesting side note, The Ontario Building Code was established in 1981, and it set minimum standards for things like insulation, building materials, things of that nature. And those minimum standards have been beefed up many times throughout the years. But this home, I expect, will have some wall insulation, keeping it warmer in the winter, especially compared to those 1950s, 1960s bungalows, 1.5 story, side split, back splits, those standard sort of Etobicoke post-war era homes that are so popular. Those homes have no wall insulation unless they've been re-retrofit for it. Instead, we'll probably only have some attic insulation that's been installed in more recent years. So let's quickly go through the pics. So here we are at the front. As you can kind of see, it looks like it's been well maintained. The front door has been updated. The interior looks like it's also been modestly updated throughout the years with newer oak flooring. You have your large family room. This would have been the dining room here. That would have been the living room. This was the living room here. And here you have a modestly updated kitchen, open concept family room with your dining, breakfast area. That's pretty nice. Powder room off the main. Upstairs, looks like it's been less updated. You have your parquet flooring. The bedrooms are a little bit small. Upper level family bathroom. And here you have the primary bedroom with your ensuite walk-in closet right here. Down below you have your separate entrance down to the basement. And the basement looks like it's been more recently renovated with newer style flooring and sort of pot lights, brighter lights throughout. So the home is probably about 2,200 or so square feet above grade, with maybe another 1,100 square feet or so below ground. The property had been listed at $1,675,000 since about the end of May, which at the time that I saw it first, I felt it was a little bit high, but they just relisted today at $1,450,000. On July 12th, which I think is really good value. Just given that a bungalow in the area would probably fetch around $1.2 to $1.3 million or so and have about 1,000 square feet less of living space, and also probably won't be quite as recently updated or have, let's just say flooring in as good condition as this property. So that's a lot of really good value for $150,000 to $200,000. The property is right on Judson here, which is, a kilometer or so south of the Gardner. Judson does tend to be sort of a through road, especially for industrial traffic that's going along on Lakeshore. They'll cut through, say, about Stanley here, cut under the bridge on Royal York, and then go across on Judson to get to their industrial areas right here in Alderwood or just off of Kipling. So you will have some larger trucks, maybe dumpster bin trucks, going across on Judson. Furthermore, just directly in front, you got this tire shop here. I think this is a Metrolinx maintenance facility. These are understandably detrimental features to the property, but I just want to remind everyone that South Etobicoke used to be an incredibly industrial area with many factories in the vicinity. All along here on the train lines. And a lot of South Etobicoke is still zoned industrial, so it's going to be hard to avoid it completely. A lot of these residential areas understandably have also regentrified with a lot of new builds. These are really pushing the prices up. 100 Judson, it's going to be right here, is also a stone's throw from Ourland Park, which has a lot of nice things. It's got this huge soccer field here. You got this community center. You got a baseball diamond. You got basketball courts, tennis courts, and as well you got this really nice outdoor pool. So it's really a great place if you got young kids. You can go out here, you can toss a ball, play some soccer, maybe play some fetch with a pup. Further, it's also a quick walk to Mimico GO station. So if you do have to commute into downtown Toronto, pretty quick and easy. 8-10 minute walk to Mimico GO, and you're downtown in about 16 minutes or so. Don't have to pay for parking. Super easy. Just right up here on Royal York, you have this really great strip that includes San Remo, a bunch of restaurants and shops. You got Jimmy's Coffee, Revolver Pizza, it's supposed to be one of the best pizza places in Etobicoke, the Royal York Meat Market, and further, you also have this No Frills actually off of Royal York here, Royal York and about Drummond. This is one of the best No Frills in South Etobicoke, in my opinion. And lastly, of course, super easy access to the Gardiner, just on and off, which also gives you quick, easy access to all the major highways. But that's most of Etobicoke as well. So if you're looking for a good value, larger home for your family and can stomach going to 1.45 million, and you don't mind, just being right across the street from an industrial strip, I think this property is a home run, and I think you'll enjoy living in this pocket of Mimico. So that's 100 Judson Street. At the high level price, I have 19 Rivercove Drive listed by Sutton Group Old Mill Realty at 2.29 million with an offer date of July 21st. This one caught my attention not due to its listing photos, which look a little bit sparse. There's only 3 of them. It'll probably get updated or replaced somewhat soon, but it's actually it's deep lot that caught my attention. If you've been following me, land often fascinates me, and upon looking at this first listing photo, seeing the pool, seeing the orientation of the structure, the large windows, this is just a large looking bungalow. It kind of caught my attention, and I thought, ooh la la, let me see more. So firstly, let's go to where it's located. So it backs onto this section of walking trail along the Mimico Creek in between Echo Valley Park and Hampshire Heights Park, which is right around Islington City Center. So if we zoom back in, it's the last house on Rivercove Drive, right before the hydro corridor, so it only has actually one neighbor. So you can see the hydro corridor here. Siding or backing onto a hydro corridor in general tends to be a subtractor to property values, but not always. Some people like the fact that you have more privacy. You're sometimes close to a walking trail if they've integrated the hydro corridor with a sort of walking trail along here. So it can feel like you back or side onto a park, or in this case, you'd be backing or siding onto 2 parks. But some buyers and some people, they are concerned about higher radiation levels. All electronics, anything electrical will emit radiation. Your cell phone, your computer, electric cars. And I don't know if there is necessarily higher health risks to being close to a hydro corridor, but nonetheless, much of the buyer market seems to prefer properties that don't side or back onto a hydro corridor. This home was last sold in November 2018 at 1.725 million. As you can see, only 3 pictures here. You really can't get an idea of the property from the current listing photos. So let's go back to when it last sold in 2018. So here are the listing photos. So as you can see, it's on this really nice looking lot. It widens towards the rear walking trail, the rear ravine, to about 213 feet across the back. And it's got this really nice looking pool here as well. So that's the property from a different angle and from the front. One thing that I do really like about this property is its unassuming front. The property is kind of sneakily nice, and you can't really tell from the front of it. So that's kind of cool. And kind of maybe that's just my personality, but this kind of unassuming frontage is probably also why I like back splits, because they're like the mullets of homes. Modest at the front and large in the back. But let's go through the interior. It looks like it was well renovated. Looks like some thought and plans went into it. They had vaulted and arched the roof. A lot of the trim is of similar or same color. I know this color is probably not in vogue, this sort of red oak-ish color. I do like that they've integrated all the colors together. I can appreciate high quality work. The home really does have a sort of cottage feel to it, which I think is kind of cool, just given where it's located in the city. And it's got these large windows with this walkout in the basement level and this really nice patio section with the pool. And towards the rear, you can see it's a huge lot. It almost looks like you got your own little private park. You can imagine kind of putting up some lights here in the back and just playing and chilling out in the back. It just seems like a really peaceful property. Another shot of those large windows here, and that's the home. So listing at 2.29 million, the seller of this property is likely pricing it for its lot potential. Ultimately, I think being listed at this price with these market conditions, I'd be kind of surprised if the property sells on their offer date, even though it is unique and it is a beautiful property with a huge private section that does back onto that walking trail, that ravine that you won't often find in the city. Just with rates high for the foreseeable future, I don't think the market is open to this price, at least not right now. And it's difficult to swing financing, especially to build right now. And really buyers with a budget beyond $2 million, they do have a lot of options. So it's hard seeing this property selling, but sometimes the market can really surprise you. So, we'll just have to kind of wait and see what happens. That wraps up this week's episode. If you're interested in learning more about these homes or you would like to chat about real estate, once again, you can schedule a call with me at your convenience through the Calendly link below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Cheers.